Gray wolf. The gray wolf is the world's largest wild canid and one of the most widely distributed large carnivores across the northern hemisphere. It is the architect of the pack-based hunting doctrine, utilizing highly complex social hierarchies and sophisticated vocal and olfactory communication to maintain group cohesion. Gray wolves are built for long-distance endurance and may travel up to about 30 miles or 50 kilometers in a day while ranging and hunting, mainly targeting ungulates like deer and elk, and sometimes larger prey. This species is highly adaptable, with regional subspecies/ecotypes such as the Arctic wolf and the northwestern wolf, often called a timber wolf, reflecting different climates from tundra to temperate forests. Eastern wolf. The eastern wolf, often referred to as the Algonquin wolf, is a specialized transitional operative native to the Great Lakes region and the temperate forests of eastern Canada. Its taxonomic status is currently the subject of intense intelligence debate. While some authorities classify it as a distinct species, others argue it is a subspecies of the gray wolf, or a stable ancient hybrid between gray wolves and coyotes. Physically, it occupies an intermediate middleweight class, smaller than a standard gray wolf, but larger and more robust than a coyote. Evolutionarily, it is optimized for hunting white-tailed deer within dense forest cover. Because of its genetic proximity to the coyote, the eastern wolf faces a constant infiltration threat from hybridization, which complicates its status as a pure lineage and makes its conservation a high-priority, complex mission. Red wolf. The red wolf is a specialized coastal operative native to the southeastern United States. Physically and genetically, it sits between the gray wolf and the coyote, featuring a tawny, reddish coat and a more slender build than its northern cousin. Historically a dominant predator in the American South, it is now one of the most endangered canids on Earth, with its remaining population restricted to a small, high-stakes recovery area in North Carolina. Its operational profile is focused on smaller prey, like white-tailed deer and raccoons, and it remains under constant threat from habitat fragmentation and hybridization with coyotes. Ethiopian wolf. The Ethiopian wolf is the world's rarest canid and a highly specialized high-altitude operative found only in the Afro-alpine moorlands of Ethiopia. Unlike the pack-hunting gray wolf, the Ethiopian wolf is primarily a solitary hunter of rodents, especially highland mole rats, including the big-headed African mole rat. However, they maintain a social pack structure for territorial defense and breeding. Physically, they resemble a large fox or jackal with a vibrant red coat and white markings. They are a high-risk species, operating in a very narrow ecological theater where they are vulnerable to canine distemper and rabies transmitted from domestic dogs. African golden wolf. Genome-wide studies published in 2015 firmly showed that Africa's golden jackals are a distinct species, the African golden wolf, separate from the Eurasian golden jackal, found across much of northern Africa. For centuries, it was misidentified as a golden jackal due to its similar appearance, but genetic intelligence has confirmed it is a descendant of an ancestral wolf lineage. It is smaller and more slender than the gray wolf, adapted for survival in arid deserts and savannas. It is a highly opportunistic hunter, capable of taking down small livestock or scavenging, making it a resilient and widespread presence across the African continent. Indian wolf. Operating in arid and semi-arid habitats from Southwest Asia into the Indian subcontinent, including India and Pakistan, the Indian wolf is a desert specialist. It is significantly smaller and more gracile than the northern gray wolf, featuring a shorter, thinner coat, adapted for heat. Due to the lack of large wild prey in many of its operational zones, the Indian wolf has adapted to hunt smaller mammals and frequently comes into contact with human populations. It is a shy, elusive predator that operates in smaller packs, utilizing extreme stealth to survive in heavily populated landscapes. Himalayan wolf. The Himalayan wolf is an oxygen specialist found in the high-altitude regions of the Himalayas and the Tibetan Plateau. Genetic studies indicate the Himalayan wolf is a distinct high-altitude lineage within the wider gray wolf complex that likely diverged early from other wolf lineages. Studies have found genetic variants in hypoxia pathways consistent with adaptation to low-oxygen, high-altitude environments. Physically, it is characterized by a thick, woolly coat and a heavier build. As an apex predator of the third pole, it targets high-altitude prey such as blue sheep and Tibetan argali, maintaining the ecological balance of the world's highest wilderness. African wild dog, also known as the painted wolf, this species is one of the most successful persistence hunters, with a hunting success rate often cited around 80%. Found across sub-Saharan Africa, they are defined by their unique, mottled coats and large bat-like ears used for heat dissipation and tracking acoustic signals. They operate within a strictly communal social doctrine, where the entire pack cares for the sick and the young. Their hunting strategy is based on extreme stamina. They simply outrun their prey over several miles until the target collapses from exhaustion. Maned wolf. The maned wolf is a stilt-walking specialist native to the grasslands and scrub forests of South America. Despite its name and fox-like appearance, it is not a true wolf nor a fox, but a unique lineage of South American canid. Its exceptionally long legs are an evolutionary adaptation for seeing over tall grasses. Unlike true wolves, the maned wolf is solitary and omnivorous. Fruit and other plant matter can make up at least half of its diet, with the wolf apple often being a major component. It is famous for its roar bark vocalization and its pungent scent, used to mark vast territories in the Cerrado. Dhole. The dhole, or Asiatic wild dog, is a highly social forest specialist found in the jungles of South and Southeast Asia. While they resemble a cross between a wolf and a fox, they possess a unique dental structure and a distinctive whistling vocalization used to coordinate tactical movements during a hunt. Dholes are fearless pack hunters, known to take down prey many times their size, mainly deer and wild boar, and in some regions occasionally larger bovids, such as boar or buffalo. They operate in large clans and are one of the few predators capable of competing with tigers and leopards for resources within the dense Asian rainforest. Thanks for watching. What animal should I cover next in this series? Let me know in the comments. Also, remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.